a few years down the track. So the council gets a bright idea, for example, and says, let's build one of these things. It'll be good. Young people will love it. And perhaps they do for a short time. And then something else cooler comes along. If you have a young family, childcare, of course, is important, and I don't know how many there are, but there do seem to be an awful lot of childcare centres, preschools and the like in Goulburn. As I said, I don't know how many, and I don't know what their capacity is. I read something in a Facebook post the other day, which may or may not be true, that said there's a 12 months waiting list for all of them. So again, there are lots of people coming who want childcare so they can work, but the capacity can't, or perhaps doesn't meet the demand. As far as schools go, I've mentioned this before, 7 government primary schools, 2 Catholic schools, 1 independent K-6, 2 government high schools, 1 Catholic high school, 1 K-12 independent school, the TAFE, and a university centre. So I think once your children reach school age, there is plenty of choice. As for what your children do for recreation, Goulburn used to be a big place for sport. I don't know what its situation is now, because as I said, I don't have any young children playing sport, but all the codes of football, rugby, league, soccer, football and AFL are all catered for in Goulburn, from junior level, and I think I'm right in saying for men and women. There is netball, there is basketball, there's hockey. So if sport's your thing, or the thing you'd like your children to do, there are plenty of opportunities, I think. If you're interested in amateur dramatics and theatre, there are several amateur theatre groups, the Leader Theatre, the Rocky Hill Players. There's a 4-cinema or 4-screen multiplex that for the most part plays current movies, and I think I'm right in saying the tickets are $12 for all sessions for everybody. And there's also last year or the year before, the Goulburn Performing Arts Centre. That's in the old Town Hall in Auburn Street, where there are concerts, plays, so there's a bit like that happening and I think I'm right in saying there's the usual quota of service clubs like Lions and Rotary and so on. I don't belong to any of those clubs, excuse me, but I know that they're there. You can probably see I'm crossing the railway line on the overhead bridge. Yes, at the southern end of the station. I don't know how well you be seeing this in your display uploaded, but the Woolworths marketplace is across the road there. I'm about to turn out of the station onto Sloane Street. Still a bit of a ways to go before I'm completed my loop. I was talking about things available in Goulburn, mentioning service clubs. I said earlier that some of these housing estates that have grown up don't always have the services that they want where they want them. So we're talking about a shopping complex catered for all those houses up along the Marymount estate. And yes, I know, and I mentioned it earlier, that the plans exist for the supermarket, but it's not there, and that means lots of traffic coming into the town along Fitzroy Street for people to go shopping. But having said that, there seem to be a lot of medical practices. I don't know how many, but there seem to be a lot of them, and I know that still means you've got to ring up and get an appointment, and you can't always get one on the day when you feel sick or you feel you need it. You might have to wait a bit longer. Dental practices, there also are. Legal services. I assume the same thing, sorry, with the dental practices. You can't just walk in and sit down and say I need to see the dentist. But you never could do that. You've always had to make appointments to see the dentist. My point is, those sort of service industries or care industries or whatever you want to call them, there seem to be a lot of those. There seem to be a lot of legal practices cater for everything from corporate matters, conveyancing, house sales and so on, estate planning, through to the criminal matters that may occur. So again, the point I'm trying to make is that there are these services here in the town. Now I'm pretty fortunate, a pretty healthy bloke. I don't have a lot of call for the medical services, and I know that some things, it's still necessary to go to Canberra or the Highlands to see some specialists. And again, you can't just call these people and say, I need an appointment to get one tomorrow. I do see an eye specialist in Sydney, and I often have to make my appointments 6 months in advance. So I understand that some people have to travel to Canberra or the Highlands to see specialist medical services. And in an ideal world, one day all of those services will be available in Goulburn, except that they're not here yet. We do have a new hospital now, and I'd hope that some of those services are available, although I don't know, so I don't have a lot of use for that. I know that around the corner from the new hospital development in Albert Street, across from the high school, is a new medical training facility being built by the Australian government and ANU. So for the people who go to ANU in Canberra to train to be doctors, they will do some of their clinical training at this centre. I don't really know what that means, other than to say doctors who are learning to be doctors, or nurses perhaps, will do some of their actual training, or do some of their training on actual patients in that facility. Whether that means more specialists or not, I don't know. So if you're still watching and listening, and I've been going on for, I guess, close on an hour, this free unpaid commercial for Goulburn, and maybe if you are watching and you live out of town, you maybe I'll come down and check Goulburn out, see what it's like. If you're a local person, you might think, oh, I didn't realise there's all that going on. And I'm by no means the expert. I don't know everything. Talk to real estate agents. They've got to tell you a lot more about some of these things than I ever could. And I guess I started with the point of saying that it's easy to run down your town, and Goulburn's by no means perfect, but it does seem to have a lot going for it. And at the moment, despite what I said about increased traffic and so on, it's still a pretty good